Welcome to part 2 of my reaction to Subdivisions off of Signals by Rush. So, I'm going to talk about the music just a little bit here, you guys, because it is, a very good song, has all of the stuff that you love. A killer opening track for an album, by the way. It's got really good playing, great production, of course, lots of big layers, beautiful big chords, great singing and all that. Cool synthesizers and all that stuff that you guys know that I love. The thing about this track, beyond the music, is the lyrics. Now, I know I said in part 1 that I remember kind of feeling this way, so I don't know if I'm going to be repeating myself or not, but I am just going to kind of speak to what I'm feeling. So, plenty of people are just perfectly content to just kind of fit in and just do what everyone else does, And, that's fine if that's your thing. And growing up, I was always around kids who were, you go to school, you go to college, you get your degree, you get your career, your job, whatever. That's great. It works. Or if it works for you, that's great. And it's so like cookie cutter. And I remember growing up, I never wanted that. Now, part of that might be that I grew up overseas and I didn't really have that opportunity. My life was certainly not anything like your standard, that kind of white picket fence, cookie cutter life. But I never really wanted that anyway. I just remember kind of always being restless, and I'm still that way now. And I always talk to my dad about it, and doing stuff with music, and I've got my job and all this stuff, but I'm always like, I want something different. And anytime you bring it up, even as an adult, I think that people get kind of uncomfortable with that idea of like, oh no, you can't, that's not the way it works. And I don't really understand that, because there's a lot of people who are doing things different and they're doing really well for themselves and they're actually enjoying their lives. So in that sense, I always kind of felt like I was a little bit of a misfit. I remember telling this one guy, very, very successful guy one time, he was visiting our family and he asked, like, what do you want to do with your life? And I was like, oh, I want to be a guitar player. And he's like, okay, so when that fails, then what are you going to do? And I was like, geez, that's just kind of the mindset. Anyway, that's kind of rambling down a rabbit hole of my personal life. But, songs like this kind of, they almost inspire me to be like, you know what, screw it. I just kind of want to keep pushing forward. I want to keep doing my own thing. I want to go my own way. The system be danged. And, that's just how I feel. And on top of it, a lot of times you get these songs where it's like kind of a rebellious thing, I think, an angry thing. But this song is so gosh darn beautiful. And the way that the chords are going and the way that the vocals are, it's like, instead of just making you kind of angry, for me, in a way, it's like, oh man, kind of a little bit of a lament, but at the same time, it's like kind of inspiring. I don't know. It just makes me feel kind of like, okay, I don't necessarily want this anymore. But anyway, I know that I'm just kind of rambling about my own life, my own problems. But hey, I tell you guys, when I listen to these songs, I share what's on my mind. And sometimes it's, wow, Alex Lifeson really killed this right here, and he did this thing that was really, really cool. But sometimes, it might be just that one little verse of a song that makes me be like, wow, that's really good. And I love those kind of songs. I like the fantasy stuff, the longer stuff, but these they're shorter songs that they just make you feel something. And, the song definitely did that for me. And it also, of course, helps when it's just like the full perfect musical package. Such a beautiful song, you guys. I hope the rest of the album follows. I know that I've heard a couple songs off of this album, but like I always say, I kind of listen to these songs, I react to them, and then I never really go back to them, except maybe, you know, within the couple days afterwards I might listen to it again. But yeah, I hope that the rest of the album is just like this good as well. But we're going to find out, and yeah, you guys are going to be along for the ride, and I really appreciate that, and I really appreciate the views, the comments, all that fun sort of stuff. So again, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for tuning back into the channel. If you've made it this far in the video, as always, thank you so much for watching, you guys, and I will see you in the next one.